Hey, what's up everyone? Paul from Grindhouse Funhouse. We are 5 days deep into my favorite time of the year, which is when for 3 long, beautiful weeks, the Fantasia Film Festival, which is in its 28th edition this year, is happening right here, right now in beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. One of the first movies I saw in the many I have left to set my peepers on was last Saturday night at the world premiere of Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckmann's directorial debut. Chris, being a movie reviewer on the YouTube, so what seems like forever, crowdfunded this movie on Kickstarter back in 2022, raised $1.3 million for it, made the damn thing, and last week was announced that Neon, who are on a high right now with the release of Longlegs, will release Shelby Oaks next year. Anyway, some guy you might have heard of named Mike Flanagan also came on board as an executive producer. So what's Shelby Oaks about, you might ask? Well, it's about Mia, played by Camille Sullivan, who's been searching for her missing sister, Riley, played by Sarah Dern, for the past 12 years. Riley was a prominent YouTuber whose specialty was to investigate supernatural phenomena, which led her and her crew's disappearance in a decrepit corner of Ohio known as Shelby Oaks. As Mia uncovers new and disturbing leads related to Riley's disappearance, she uncovers evidence of a hidden supernatural evil dating all the way back to her and Riley's childhood. So after all the fervor this movie caused last weekend, a sold-out crowd, everyone's so pumped to see it, is it any good? And to that I will answer that it is a fine first effort from Chris. Is it original? Is it subverting our expectation? Is it reinventing the horror movie wheel? Not at all. It's a throwback to early 2000 horror, and if that's your bag, you're in for a treat. You can feel the Blair Witch, a movie I can't name because that would kind of spoil it, and Lake Mungo's influences, which they mentioned that movie at the premiere that I was not aware of, watched the trailer, and I totally see it. Basically, the whole movie falls on Camille Sullivan's shoulders. She's carrying the whole thing, and the ever-present musical score done by James Burkholder. She does great with the lines she's given. There's a lot of facial acting. There's a scene of her watching old footage of her sister's YouTube show, which, by the way, good job on recreating the look and feel of a show of that ilk in the early 2000s, and we see all the feels she goes through on her face. This is sold as a found footage, full documentary style movie, which is part of it for sure, but then turns more into Mia's quest in finding her sister by herself alone at night. Investigating the occult, finding clues along the way, getting closer to finding out what happened to her sister. Because of course the cops gave up on the case long ago, and as we're told by her husband, she's been obsessed with this for the last decade or so, and her and only her can figure it out. Which gave us a lot of repetitive scenes in the middle of the movie of her investigating, be it looking into books, walking into places, flashlight in hands, the score blaring in the background, making it more dramatic than it actually is. So yeah, the pacing of it could be tightened up, cut up some of those long stretches that made me look at my watch. For a super low budget movie like this, the look at atmosphere set by the cinematography does also do a lot of heavy lifting. Also cool locations were used, like the Shawshank Redemption prison for one, which is located in Chris's neck of the woods in Ohio. That's production value right there. Will you get some scares in Shelby Oaks? Is it scary? If you're into played out on her jump scares, like maybe 3 or 4 of them, then sure. Funny enough, I sort of remember Chris mentioning a few times in his reviews that he liked jump scares when they were earned. And in this, they worked. You could see them coming a mile away, so you know, not that scary, more annoying if anything. The movie was pretty bloodless overall, except for my favorite scene, and probably everyone else's too when y'all get the chance to see it, which happens in the first 15 exposition-heavy minutes of the movie, which an event happens that shifts and kickstarts the whole thing for Mia and her quest. That scene was pretty good, and I'm being vague and non-spoilery because the movie is coming out a year from now, and it would be kind of a dick move on my part to spoil that, but yeah, I dug it. So what I recommend Shelby Oaks. Like I said, it's not a fresh take on the found footage genre itself. We've seen those movies hundreds of times by now, and it's pretty much played out. The first 15 minutes I was engaged, a good chunk in the middle, not so much. The ending, the story leaves things a bit unexplained, not in a mystery is part of the fun of the movie kind of way, and it's definitely not an all ends well that ends well ending. And you know what? Chris seems to know what he's doing. I think you watch enough movies in his life, certainly reviewed enough of them, that he knows the basic on how to structure a movie like this. There's something there. It's only his first movie. It's not a bad start, but it's not a great one either. And I'll be honest, I'm surprised that Neon bought it. I don't get the same vibe as their other movies in their studio's filmography. I'm certainly curious to see how they're gonna sell it. I mean, they've done a bang-up job with Longlegs, so on the marketing front, they know what they're doing. But is Shelby Oaks worthy of being part of Neon's roster? All in all, it's perfectly okay. Would I go out of my way to see it in theaters? Probably not, if not for Fantasia, but streaming it at home is a-okay. I don't know if this is a new trend now, but last year at Fantasia, we had the Filippo brothers, who also got their start as YouTubers with their movie Talk To Me, and now Stuckmann with Shelby Oaks. Will I be next? So that was my review for Shelby Oaks. Go visit all my socials at Greathouse Funhouse in the comments section below. Let me know how excited you are for this, and when you do see it, let me know if I was on point with my review of it. More 2024 Fantasia Film Festival movie reviews coming up soon, so stay tuned. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll say to you, ciao bye for now.
And get Stuckmannized.